Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining Cloud City.
So this is Cloud City. It's a relatively straightforward game. There's a few finicky rules to be aware of, but let's talk through it. The first player is the player who has this tile with one bird on it. Second player will have two, three birds on the third player and four on the fourth player. On your turn, you're going to select one of these three cards to add to your city. Your city can go to a maximum size of a 3x3 grid. If you're in a 2 or 3 player game, you are allowed to change that up to a 4x3 grid. But let's just play the 3x3 grid because that's the basic rules on it anyway. So these three cards are the three in your hand that you'll be choosing from. You will select one of those cards. Let's say, for example, he chooses this one. You'll place that somewhere into your city. So at the moment, he can only place there, 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 or there. You must be connected to things that are actually already in the city. Once you've placed it, you'll notice there's two colors on there. That's talking about two of the different colors of building. So we'll put a blue building on that one and a brown building on that one. If it was this one, we'd get a green building. Then I am able to build a walkway between the buildings. So the only two that are in line are these two. And then I'll replace that tile I've just used with one of these three tiles, and then it's the other player's turn. Obviously replacing the tile that you've just taken. So what is the aim of the game? The aim of the game is in these numbers. So I've just managed to get 2 votes by putting that walkway in between the buildings. On my next turn, I might, for example, place that one there, which would once again place the buildings on top of it. I would once again build walkways. And it's up to me, I don't have to put these walkways in straight away, but you'll notice the walkway I just put in is worth 8 points. These two small ones are worth 2 points. That's at the end of the game. Whoever has the most points wins the game. Now you'll notice there is an extra card out here. This is what they're referring to as an expansion or a variant within the setup. I think it's just part of the game. There's a pile of cards here. Each of them have a different way of scoring. And so this one is looking for whoever has the most of these blue buildings at the end of the game. That person will get 6 extra points. If there's a tie for this card at the end of the game, then the points are split, so it'd be 3 points to each player. Other things to bear in mind, or at least be aware of, is that if I put this tile in, once again, must add the buildings onto the tile. Theoretically, I could join these two buildings with a walkway. But each building can only have a maximum of 2 walkways coming off it. So because I've already got 2 walkways off that building, I can't actually join those two together. And that, my friends, is pretty much the game. We go until everyone has placed 8 pieces. So we've got a 3x3 grid, or if you're playing with that expansion, a 4x3 grid. So each person would get up to 11 turns instead of 8. Whoever has the most points is the winner. Things to be aware of with the building of these bridges is you cannot build a bridge over a space. So if he'd managed to put a card in here and here, let's say he's put those two in, he can't build a bridge between this building and this building because there's a space. So you cannot build a bridge across the space. All bridges must be to the same level, so you cannot build a bridge or walkway between those two buildings or these two buildings. They're different levels. You can't build them diagonally, so I couldn't connect that one to that one or that one to that one because there's a diagonal there. You can't build a walkway that crosses over another walkway. So if there was a card here, I couldn't build from here straight across that other one because there's a walkway already there. I couldn't place a walkway over the top of another building. That has to be 2 separate walkways because there's a building in between the two. And there's a maximum of 2 walkways per building, so I cannot build straight out from this one because it's already got 2 walkways on it. You don't have to build the walkways into the building straight away in your turn. I could just continually build the buildings and then get to the end and build the walkways. The issue is that these are very limited. There are only 3 of the number 8 walkways in each color. And that's kind of the biggest one that runs out the quickest. So you've really got to make sure you actually do build those in. There are limited numbers. Once they're out, then you cannot build that walkway. You must match the color of the walkway with the color of the buildings. I will leave that there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.